These vessels are typical of those found in the area. They transport all kinds of merchandise, and as many people as can squeeze on board. In 1990, the estimated population of Vanuatu was 155,000 inhabitants. 93% of these inhabitants are Melanesian, including some 1,000 temporary workers who've come from Fiji, New Caledonia, and the Solomon Islands. The remaining 7% is comprised of indigenous Polynesians, Europeans, Chinese, Vietnamese, and mixed races. Traditional villages are governed by a chief, who's referred to as Big Man. To become a Big Man, the tribe member must either be elected or inherit the title. In certain instances, the chief is the man who has the most pigs, as the importance of all villagers is based on the size of his herd of pigs. Despite the apparent disorder which reigns on the copper boat, everything has been planned for. There's even a small store on board. Like Robinson Crusoe, the inhabitants of Lopevi must use their imagination to cope with certain situations. As a cyclone has destroyed the copra oven, a car hood is put into use to dry the copra. But Vanuatu's copper-based economy sorely lacks diversity, and depends entirely on the fluctuations of the world market and the cyclones that regularly wreak havoc upon the plantations. In 1987, cyclones Uma and Anna destroyed the entire copra harvest. There are more than 105 local dialects spoken throughout the archipelago. French and English, once the two official languages of Vanuatu, have now been replaced by Bislama, the national language. English is the root language of Bislama, which is spoken with a Melanesian accent and includes several French words. About an hour's flight from Vila, in the southern part of the Vanuatu archipelago, lies the island of Tanna. As elsewhere in the archipelago, the airplane's arrival is awaited impatiently. Who knows what cousin or friend may be coming from the city? Finding lodging in Tanna may be a bit more difficult than in the larger cities, but hotels offering bungalows along the black sand beach are sure to satisfy even the most discriminating of visitors. The White Grass Plains, so called for the color of the tall grass which bleaches out at the end of the summer, is in the northwest region of Tanna. Herds of wild horses, descendants of those brought by Europeans over a century ago, come here to graze. But Tanna is most well known for Yasur volcano, one of the most easily accessed volcanoes in the world. Four-wheel drive vehicles stop a few hundred meters from the crater, and the visitor may continue to the crater's mouth on foot. Many legends have sprung up around this volcano. One speaks of a little white devil named Yargopangui, who lives at the bottom of the crater. When night falls, he climbs down the ash-covered volcano to swim in Lake Isiwi in the valley below. Though its easy access attracts tourists, great caution must be taken when approaching the crater. Though approaching the volcano along its southern slopes presents minimal danger, it must be remembered that 2 tourists who came too close to the crater's mouth were wounded by a sudden eruption of volcanic rock. Yarpo Pengui's power has been demonstrated with the help of Orstom, a scientific organization which analyzes the seismic activity of volcanoes.